We are Tottenham TV. International break is done and dusted, and we are here to give you the final roundup before the Premier League action gets gets underway. And
glad it's over.
Well, it's been probably the most craziest international break that we've had on record. Let's put it that way. But I am glad it's over, and I'm glad that Spurs are back this weekend.
So much has changed. We went off on international break, complaining about Levy, and now we're coming back to a Levy-less Tottenham.
Mad. Absolutely
incredible.
Mad.
Incredible. And an Ange full of Forest as well.
Yeah, a forest full of Anges.
Forest full of Anges.
So in terms of the remaining games that we've got left to cover, not many minutes for Spurs players, but we'll give you a roundup of how everyone's done at the end. But Kosovo beat Sweden 2-0, and Lucas Bergvall couldn't get on the pitch. First of all, how the hell are Kosovo beating Sweden 2-0? And how can Bergvall not get on the pitch in both games?
It's because Gyökeres was starting up front. That's why.
He put in a stinker.
Absolute stinker. I didn't watch it. I don't know. Apparently, Isaac was looking a bit out of sorts as well. We know he hasn't played football in a bit, so
he came on.
Apparently, he wasn't looking great. I don't know. Look,
I thought the reports were he looked a lot better than Gyökeres.
Well, maybe that says more about Gyökeres. Apparently, I've heard they're missing Decky. Missing Decky.
Definitely.
That must be it.
So Bergvall, no minutes. He was nice and rested over the international break. Obviously, he had to travel and everything like that, but no minutes in his legs.
I think it would have been good for him to get some minutes, actually, because he hasn't played that much for us.
I agree. In terms of looking at Italy, they probably had the game of the international break. They beat Israel by 5-4. So it was Vicario against Manor. Vicario didn't get on the pitch. And maybe conceding 4 goals to Israel, maybe he will get on the pitch for the next game with Donnarumma.
He made a howler, didn't he, Donnarumma? Punched it into his own net.
Yeah, and Italy scored 2 own goals in this game. Manor Solomon was actually on fire on the left wing. But what a game of football this was.
So 9 goals in the game, 7 scored by Italy.
Yeah.
Only 2 scored by Israel.
Yeah.
It was a crazy toing and froing. But yeah, just concentrating on Manor, obviously our lone player, now Villarreal. He looked sharp, man. He looked sharp. And the assist he did get was phenomenal. I think he picked up the ball on the left-hand side, dribbled past like 2 players, like in tight spaces, shoved them off, got into the penalty area and laid it off to, I think Perez it was. And at that point, it was 2 on Israel, and you're thinking, wow, is there going to be a shock? Are they going to pull off a win here? But they just couldn't defend to save their lives, could they? But yeah, Manor, I mean, off the back of what was a great loan spell, I know he's been injured this summer, but if they have the evidence on that evidence, could we have kept him? Who knows? We'll wait and see how he does this season, but that was definitely a good performance from him.
Do you think, though, like if he has a really strong season for Villarreal now, injury-free, consistent goal contributions, could he come back into the Spurs fold next summer?
You can't rule anything out. You can't rule anything out for sure, especially because I'm not convinced we are going to sign a winger, whether it be in January. Obviously, if it is the summer, he's going to come back. So I think if he's killing it, if he posts similar numbers to what he posted for Leeds in the Championship, I think there's a good chance we'll definitely give him an opportunity.
Yeah, and it wasn't just that assist. Like he was looking threatening all afternoon on that left wing, and there was one cross that he put in was bang on the money, straight to the back post. Israel couldn't convert it, but he was definitely Israel's most dangerous player by far in this game, and against a strong Italy side as well. Much to Gattuso's dismay. But let's move on. Ghana beat Mali by 1-0. Mohamed Kudus playing 80 minutes in this game. No goal contributions this time. But yeah, he's probably one of the ones that had most minutes on this international break.
Yeah, I saw one clip that was circulating. He got absolutely chopped down the halfway line, but he got back up and kind of kept running, got to the penalty area and kind of overhit a pass. But I was looking at him and was like, God, he's lucky he didn't break his leg.
Yeah,
he was absolutely chopped. It looks like he's come through unscathed, which is good.
Yeah. Congo 2, Senegal 3. And the boy just cannot stop scoring. Big Pape Matar Sarr Touré. What a player we have in our hands. He didn't even start this game. On the back of the brilliant goal he scored in the first game, he comes on the 77th minute at 2-2. So this was a mad game, by the way. Congo go 2-0 up in the opening 20 minutes. I think Bakambu and Wissa scoring. Senegal get it back to 2-2. Pape Sarr comes on and he gets the winner in the last few minutes of the game. And let's put the goal on, because it was a really nice build-up play from Senegal as well for this goal. But
It's a lovely goal.
Yeah,
again.
it is. And he's becoming such an influential player for club and country, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's getting into more of these goal-scoring positions. He's making more of a difference in the final third. We know he's got that ability to cover lots of ground and go box to box, but it's very important when he gets into these kind of areas. He's using his quality, making a difference. And look at this controlled finish. Look, on the volley, just strokes it into the corner, arriving late in the box. It's a brilliant goal, and off the back of what was a brilliant goal in the first game, you know, controlling a high ball over the top, taking one touch, cutting inside, and then just calmly slotting it into the corner. This time, just on the volley, side foots it calmly into the corner. That is not an easy finish. He makes it look easy, and it's like that's a very, very difficult finish, and takes a lot of quality to pull that off. So fair play to him. It's a great goal from Sarr, and it carries on what has been a very, very strong start to the season for club and country.
Yeah, absolutely. Buzzing for him. Next up, we go to Bosnia 1, Austria 2. Kevin Danso, no starts in the 2 games for Austria. In this game, he was got a 13-minute cameo towards the end, but Austria did hold on for the win 2-1.
Yeah, a bit peculiar because he's been a regular start for them for a while. So, yeah, and he's setting his place back.
Yeah, I guess so. But I guess it's hard when you're not playing consistently for your club. Your national team coach is going to look at that and being like, well, how can I put you in if you're not playing consistently for your club?
Yeah.
Wales 0, Canada 1, a game that was separated by an unbelievable free kick from the Canadians. Brennan Johnson was an unused sub in this game, and Ben Davis, in the first game he played left back, in this game he played centre back, captained the side. But yeah, Wales were a bit toothless.
Yeah, I didn't really see anything. I heard Canada were much the better team. But yeah, Brennan Johnson, unused sub. You would have thought got some minutes at least. But I know someone was down to 10 men. Who was it? Was it Canada or was it Wales?
Sure.
Well, I think there was a red card in this game, wasn't there? Anyway. Yeah, surprising that Brennan didn't get any minutes.
Yeah, why do you think that is? You'd think he's a very influential player for Wales, and he got hooked in the first game as well on the hour. And in this last few international breaks, he really hasn't done much for Wales.
Yeah. Hard look. We know he's not that.
No red card in this game.
No red card. We know that he's not like the player who's going to be your star player, is he? Yes, he gets goals.
But for Wales, you'd
not really, because he's
a star
not,
player for them.
They don't really have any
Well,
after Bale. No, but he's not that player. He's not a player who, if you're playing badly, you just give it to Brennan and he's going to pull you out of trouble. He's not that player. At Tottenham, he scores so many goals because he's the forgotten man. He's the one who arrives at the back post to tap it in. He finishes off the move. He's like the extra guy at Tottenham. So it works for him. He goes under the radar. That's why he steals him to get so many goals. He's not the guy that you call upon to be your main guy. I understand Wales don't have a lot of good players, but if you're asking Brennan to be your main guy, then I think you're asking for trouble.
Yeah, I get that, but when you're playing against I know Canada are a decent team, but Canada, Kazakhstan, Liechtenstein, Macedonia, these kind of teams, you expect Brennan to do a lot more.
Well, you expect him to play. That's for sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think it will be... Look, it is a friendly at the end of the day, this one. The one before, I think, was a qualifier, so maybe they were just trying out new things. The next game was Hungary 2, Portugal 3. Palhinha, again, comes off... Well, I don't even think he came off the bench in the first game, but this game he does come off the bench. 10-minute cameo. Not really much to note, but Portugal win 3-2.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, don't know much to say about it.
The next game, we're going to look at England as they smashed Serbia in Serbia 5-0. And the narrative around Tuchel in England saying it's boring, not many goals, not many chances, struggling to beat Andorra, all this kind of stuff. Where did this come from, first of all?
Unbelievable.
A 5-0 away win at Serbia. And Serbia is really hard to go to at the best of times. Really tough place to go. And Spence got his debut in an England shirt. A really touching moment at the end of the game when Harry Kane hands him his cap as well. And made a nice little speech about Spence. If you haven't seen that, go and check it out on social media. But yeah, 5-0. And maybe, can this kickstart the Thomas Tuchel reign for England?
I think hopefully this is the start of it, isn't it? Because it's not been very inspiring before this game. But to be fair, a lot of the goals were from set pieces. Kane scored from a corner. Guehi scored from a free kick. Konsa scored from a free kick. Who scored the last? I can't remember. But
Madueke scored a goal.
Rashford scored a penalty.
Yeah.
I think what? So Madueke's goal was the only one from open play. I'm not taking anything away from the win and brilliant performance. Obviously, he went down to 10 men. Milenkovic sent off for bringing was it Harry Kane, bringing him down. So brilliant performance from England. 5-0 away at Serbia is not an easy result to do that, because Serbia are a decent side. They've got a lot of good players. So fair play to Thomas Tuchel, fair play to England. It's a great result and a great performance, and that's what we want to see more of. And yeah, to Jed Spence, congrats to him. What a turnaround. It's just complete now. A year ago, was left out the Europa League squad, was up for sale. Dreams of her England call-up were extremely far away. And to be sitting here a year later after that, part of the England squad, making his debut, getting his first cap, is an incredible turnaround, and all credit to him for not giving up when a lot of players would have given up in his situation. Yeah. Fought for his career, always believed in himself, and here he is a year later, and he's playing for England. It's mad.
Yeah, and I think that taste of coming off the bench 25 minutes is just going to give him the hunger for more, isn't it? And even more desire to go on and just keep getting better and better and better. So I can't wait to see what the future's in store for Jed Spence.
And it's also mad, you very rarely see Harry Kane getting emotional like that. And he was choking up a bit when he was talking about Jed Spence. Obviously, he played with him not even for a long time, for like a year. And obviously, Spence barely played in that year anyway. But I'm sure they must have obviously known each other and spoken to each other a lot. They would have known the struggles. I don't know if he went on loan after 6 months even in that season. I think he did. But regardless of that, like, Kane only knew him for 6 months, yet he knew what he'd been going through and whatever behind the scenes and all that kind of stuff. He knew what it took for Spence to get into England squad, and it's very rare to see Harry Kane in like that.
Yeah. I feel that maybe maybe Harry Kane knows he's going to be playing with him very soon.
Maybe.
So that's a good one for England. Last couple from the South Americans. Bentancur played 90 minutes in Chile's 0-0 draw with Uruguay, and Richarlison started for Brazil in their 1-0 loss to Bolivia in those high altitudes. But he got taken off after 60 minutes. Not a great performance, I'm hearing. But Brazil were already through, so it didn't really matter what the scoreline was. So the roundup is Pape Sarr started one game, 73 minutes, came on with 13 minutes to go in the second game, 86 minutes in total, 2 goals. I think he's the best player so far in terms of what he's done on international rate. Mathys Tel, 190 minutes for him at the under-21, scored 2 goals. So I think Mathys Tel, the goals that he scored, hopefully he's going to come back.
There's 290 minutes there, doesn't it?
No, 190 minutes equals 90 minutes.
Oh, I see.
2 goals in one game, and one of them was an absolute bloody brilliant, wasn't it?
Brilliant brace.
So brilliant for him. Mohamed Kudus started 2 games, 80 minutes and 86 minutes, grabbing an assist. Javi Simons, 79 minutes in his belt. Van der Ven, 90 minutes and came on the bench for the last half an hour. Pedro Porro started both games. Bentancur started and played 90 minutes in both games. Romero only played 190 minutes because of his suspension, and he came back early. Richarlison took part in both games, but 10 minutes and an hour. Brennan Johnson only took part in one game, 65 minutes. Ben Davis, 2 90-minute slots. Vicario Bergvall, no minutes at all. Paulinho actually did take part in the first game, 10 minutes in both games. Danso, again, 2 sub-appearances. Spence, 1 sub-appearance. Gray got a 90-minute, and Odobert also got 1 game, 70 minutes. And in terms of our players that are on loan, Vuskovic played 1 90-minute slot for the under-21s. Donnelly played 14 minutes for the under-21s, I think it was. Phillips also for the under-21s, 13 minutes. Lancashire, no minutes. Olusesi got 20 minutes and 21 minutes and 60 minutes, so they played 3 games. And Manuel Solomon got a 90-minute and a 65-minute with 1 goal and 2 assists. So actually, Manor is coming out with the most goal contributions out of all our players on international break this week. But look, it's time to put international break behind us. It's time to look forward to the London derby this weekend, Tottenham against West Ham. But let us know your thoughts on all our players on international break in the comment section below. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.